Hello and welcome to Film Companion South. In this episode, we're going to be talking about Sekhar Kammula's new film, Love Story, which has now come from theaters after being a big hit to the AHA streaming platform. This is, as the title says, a love story, but the twist is that the love story is between an oppressed caste man and a woman from a dominant caste. That is, he's a Dalit and she's from some upper caste. And the lead roles are played by Naga Chaitanya and Sai Pallavi. Now, the opening of the film itself establishes that the Naga Chaitanya character, his name is Revant. Now, he is a Dalit, that is, he's from an oppressed class because he, for instance, wants to get a haircut, but the local saloon won't allow him. He has to go somewhere else. His mother has to cut his hair. Then there is this incident at school. The boy happens to be a very good dancer and he dances on stage, and this impresses everyone and they all applaud. And the judge, one of the judges, wants to give him some money. But what does he do? He takes out a coin and he drops it on the boy's hand because he doesn't want to touch the boy. A little later, this boy has grown into a man. This is Naga Chaitanya, and he has become a Zumba instructor. Now, can anybody who dances well become a Zumba instructor? I personally don't know the answer, but I wish there had been a few scenes, or at least one scene, where they had shown how this person from this village came across this very, very unusual profession and decided to take it up. The same thing goes for the Sai Pallavi character. She is the heroine, of course, and her name is Mauni, and she happens again to give a very good dance, which is kind of redundant to say in Sai Pallavi's case, and the next minute she becomes a Zumba instructor. She becomes Raven's partner, that is Naga Chaitanya's partner. Now, I'm not saying that any of this is impossible, but I'm just saying I would have liked a little more convincing. For example, when somebody goes from a village and ends up in Hyderabad and becomes a software engineer, we don't have to be convinced that such a thing happened and how it happened and all that kind of stuff. But when it comes to Zumba, I personally felt that a little more detail would have helped. But then the whole film is like that because it takes a lot for granted, or at least it expects us to take things for granted. Now, it is about many things, right? The film talks about caste and religion. The film talks about how money is the great economic equalizer and therefore how it is very, very necessary to make a lot of money to put yourself on par with the dominant caste. It talks about sexual abuse. It talks about dominant caste men cheating others of their land by buying that for dirt cheap rates. And even in the love story between Naga Chaitanya and Sai Pallavi, it talks about caste in the sense of the thing hanging over you like forever. It's like becomes an identity and it's slapped on you and it never quite leaves you wherever you go. But everything exists at a superficial level. You don't feel these issues the way you felt them in a film like Sairat, which was actually a blockbuster. Maybe the idea was to make a lighter film and not become too deep, but I really miss the lack of depth in all these issues. There's a fantastic scene where the Sai Pallavi character goes to Naga Chaitanya and calls him "you people," as in she kind of refers to him the way her forefathers referred to Dalits. And he is stung because he thought she's a friend, she's a business partner, they're falling in love. He's stung because of all these things because she is the last person he thought would say such a thing. But the scene is a wonderful example of how, despite ourselves, sometimes we inherit the prejudices that our forefathers had. And I wish there were more powerful scenes like this that are subtle in a way but also kind of character building in a way and also show what the issue is. The one character who's written really well and really consistently is Naga Chaitanya's mother. Now, this woman is a very strong woman. Now, at a young age, he asks his mother, "I wish my dad was still alive." She just looks at him and says, "But I am still alive." This is a terrific statement and it really defines his character, who's also used at times for humor. She is strong throughout. She buys back a plot of land, she's a teacher, she molds young minds. And when her son says that he has fallen in love with this dominant caste girl, the first thing she does is say, "I will agree to this, but I lay down this condition," and they do this thing. She has a plan and she knows in her head what will happen, and that is how wonderfully this character is written. Ishwari Rao plays this mother character really well, and the leads are quite good as well. Naga Chaitanya and Sai Pallavi, they are certainly watchable together, and as the film itself is quite watchable. It's not a bad film. But given this director and this cast, I had certainly hoped for more. That's it for Love Story. If you like this video, do subscribe to Film Companion South and see you soon at the movies.